recording.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You okay, KB?
The rocket ship fell over, guys.
Rocket ship! Rocket ship!
Through the sky, little.
Rocket Man.
Oh, that's
Why
another
did you
good
put
one.
that in my fucking head?
As they all get into the rocket ship, it just collapses.
So let's take a little trip on our favorite rocket ship, going through the sky. Little Einsteins.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Something shark do 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 do.
Rainbow shark, do 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 do. Rainbow shark, do
shark,
do 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 do. Rainbow shark.
Rainbow shark.
Boo.
Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh, ooh.
Oh,
Oh my god. You're quiet. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Hello. I'm here.
Alright.
Oh, as the straw of world.
You guys
Oh.
are just about to leave. Well, most of you guys. Kalia, you had
Oh
entered
shit, no
the
recap?
bookstore. Well, I was just gonna kind of skip to the end because I wanted to kind of introduce the dramatic entrance that
now
is
back
Miriam.
to the good part.
Okay.
But
Shut the fuck up. Go ahead. No worries.
Floyd, you had entered the bookstore, and the rest of you were going to depart from the sibling spice shop when you find Miriam, who is in a horrible condition, approaching you.
She appears to be kind of limping heavily. You can see the furs and leathers that she has wrapped around her torso seem to be almost stained with a kind of dark red color. Her
I
front is
cast fireball.
good job. You do that.
Okay.
And she's also
Good job. I'm dead now. Sorry, Robert.
She's also covered in spatterings of dirt and just general grime. She looks like she's been face down in the dirt for some time. Kind of just slowly is limping in the direction, not exactly towards you per se, but just towards the heart of the town.
I think Koshka was the one that had gone ahead to walk towards Miriam, and then after she went forward, Yuna took Theo and started following. Yeah. So I'm laying Atrico first.
How tall is Miriam again?
Oh gosh, 1 second.
5'6".
Off the top of my head. Is that what I said?
Pretty sure it was 5'6".
Okay, I trust
She was
you.
a tall lady though.
She's 5'6". Well, she's 5'6" now.
Sorry if I'm wrong, but I do remember that being the disclosed height.
That sounds about right. I mean, yeah, it's close enough. Say like 5'6", 5'7".
And refresh my memory. Koshka does not remember being told not to touch her.
Correct.
Okay. As Koshka approaches, she's gonna be gentle about it, but she's gonna immediately pick up Miriam and basically bridal cradle her and bring her over to bring her back to Yuna.
Okay. She doesn't necessarily resist. You see that she's kind of hunched over, seems to have one hand pressed slightly above her abdomen, kind of towards right below her sternum and ribs. And that's where you see what the source of some blood is.
And the train passed by.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
What the fuck is that sound? what as she gets once she gets like right in front of Yuna, she just sort of stares down at Yuna and says, "You do healing thing for her."
No, of course. And then she's gonna hold her hand out, and she's gonna place it on your arm, Miriam. She's gonna go, "I'll make you feel better, Miss Miriam." And she is going to cast. Where is it? Cure wound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, replace it with Smite.
Hi, Kina, no smite. I'm just kidding. 10.
Perfect. Alrighty.
So you know the shtick. Her horn starts to glow, emanating magic, and then her palm starts to into your body, and you start to heal up.
Alright. As you do
Also-
this, you see one of the along the arm that you place your hand on, the wounds kind of close up. There's one long slash that kind of wraps around her arm. It kind of closes up as you do that. She kind of sputters. And it's, well, thank you for that.
Kimi, were you gonna say something?
I said, and you're also embraced by the warmth of a nice camp.
As little baby Theo is like holding onto Yuna's other hand.
4-year-old Theo now.
Mm-hmm. 4-year-old little Theo, but she has flames covering her body.
Wait, does she though?
I
Ye.
think she does.
Yeah, Kimi?
Mhm.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Sorry. Could not drink water, right? I couldn't remember if you had mentioned that you put flames on yourself or not, but
Yeah,
I
you asked her last session and she said yeah.
oh, I
Co-
don't remember.
Covering
Like
the
basically because when Kos like had grabbed her, and then like she started
flamed
like
up.
lighting up, and then started flaming up
Yeah.
and stuff. So she just dropped him. And
just straight up dropped her too.
then says, nope, not today.
Not this time.
So hearing you say that Yuna, like as soon as like the healing stops, she takes her hand back, and then she looks at you with a frown and like a worried expression, and she says, "What happened to you?" No, no.
Kind of sighs and kind of looks to Koshka and just says, "You can put me down now. I'm quite all right."
You were out all night. I do believe you should rest.
I've had worse, but I'm not going to argue that.
Icky.
Kind of turns back to Yuna. Kind of gives Theo a bit of like just like a cautious glance. As she kind of makes eye contact with Yuna, just says, I was talking with the leader of the group that was hunting you, and, well, I told Cyrus that I'd be gone a little bit, and we were visiting his camp. He had some supplies that I needed to see and understand, and she just kind of shakes her head, like, when we got there, he surprised me, and kind of holds up her arm and moves her hand away from her stomach where the clothing is still stained red. He got to me.
Then you just see her frown some more, and she goes, "Oh no, I'm so sorry that you were able to escape. What happened to the leader?"
It was... He took me to his camp, and as I was going through some of the stuff, I guess he had hidden something else there. And he got me. I wasn't exactly paying attention. I was able to keep a hold on some of it. But, he took most of it away with him. I got not everything that I wanted, but most of it, I think.
Make your ears droop. She looks to you, Koshka.
Let human rest. Koshka will carry her. We must. Did Cyrus went ahead of us to find Kalia, right?
Yes, and he, from what you know, yes, he went ahead.
Okay. She looks off in the direction that Cyrus took off in. We must catch up to Dragon and Fish Lady.
Does she? But she kind of looks back at the direction that they are coming from. They were calling us.
We did stop, right?
Yeah, they had stopped.
And then, yeah. So did the
Allison
did-
and Ken catch up.
Yeah, they do catch up. They come up to you. Well, you guys, okay, really quick. So did you guys like do this a little later into the road, like into the town, or did you guys like do this practically in front of their store?
Well,
I think in front.
you
You said. Sorry, go ahead.
you said that I think it was Allison called out to us,
Yeah.
and then Yuna looked back, and beyond Allison and Ken, Yuna saw Miriam.
Okay, yeah.
So
I
all
wasn't sure
this
if you
took
guys
place in front of the spy shop.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you guys like mentally added more stuff. So that's why I was asking, because I
Oh
didn't.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
as soon as-
they're kind of watching you guys as if you look over, Allison is being a little snoopy as she's kind of like panicked, but she's still like trying to see as much as she can because she's snoopy.
Mhm.
And then you can see Ken kind of like resting his hand on her shoulder to kind of like keep her from trying to look more. And you can hear some quiet muttering between them until your guys' attention is brought to them. They both seem to stop talking to each other and turn their attention to you guys. And
I see it.
Allison grabs his hand and kind of like puts it down as she approaches you guys and asks, is there anything that you might need?
Theo looks at Yuna just like Boo looks up at Sully.
Honey.
you know,
The-
like on Monsters Inc.
Boo,
Oh,
the
yeah,
way
yeah,
Boo
yeah,
looks
yeah,
at
yeah.
Sully.
Yeah.
Aww.
I was thinking, I thought you were talking about Majin Buu until you said Sully. I'm like, wait, Majin Buu always looks at people hungrily.
Don't worry, Kimi. I knew what you meant from the beginning. Words don't come out.
Words don't come out. Yeah. Welcome to D&D, where words mean everything, but they don't ever work.
Sad.
Continue.
She looks at Allison and then she said, I remember she started putting her fingers together. I did want the chicken.
Great. Is there anything else? As you can see her like looking at the group, but she kind of starts to eye Miriam, particularly where her wound was. She's obviously showing concern, but trying not to show it so obviously.
Turkey.
She just looks at you, Theo.
Koshka looks down at Fio and gently pats her on the head. That would be good addition.
Oh, jerky. She said jerky.
Yes, jerky.
Yeah.
Allison nods, and then Ken kind of like you can see Ken turn around already, heading into the store as Allison looks to turn, and then she realizes Ken is like already gone. And she's like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go get that, but are you guys sure you're gonna be all right?"
It'll be fine. It's important to keep moving. Don't get a lot of downtime.
Koshka nods upon hearing this and also says, though she looks most human of all, there is more to meet the eye.
Ina's confused.
She, as human, has learned tricks that most humans do not know. I do believe, with some rest, he will be back to full strength in no time.
Oh. Okay. She's okay. Okay.
Does she stab Losa with her horn?
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about as like red stuff drips.
From her horn? That laugh though, Chiru.
She looks like worried at Miriam, but then faces back to Allison with a little smile. She goes, "Don't worry, we can take care of ourselves. And I will promise I'll be looking after Miss Miriam."
She does look worried, but she obviously has no choice but to accept your word, and she simply gives you a small nod in response, before eagerly looking back to see if Ken's made it back beside her. But in moments he does so, and you can see him hand you a small, well, not a bag, like an average bag with. When he hands it to you, Yuna, and I'm assuming you take it.
Mm-hmm.
As you take it, it feels a little bit weighted, as you can assume, like the chicken's in there. When you look inside, there is another bag, a smaller bag with like jerky. It looks like quite a bit of jerky too. I'll say like 2 pounds.
Right, so she accepts it. She like bows her head to him. She goes, "Thank you so much."
Allison happily nods to you guys. As you can see, she seems a lot better after handing you guys these resources. And then Ken just standing beside her, looking soon as ever, as he kind of crosses his arms, just kind of looking at the group of you, and he says, "Well, if you guys ever need a place to stay, if you ever come here again, you can come by with us."
Koshka,
But go ahead.
Koshka gives Ken a bit of a disgruntled look, and her top set of shoulders just shrugs. I did try to keep to my word.
You just see Ken kind of lift his hand at you, pointing the middle finger.
At that, Koshka just smirks and gives him an acknowledging nod.
Theo tries to mimic his move.
Oh shit!
I would say Yuna looks
4-year-olds.
confused at this, but when Theo does it too, she's like, "What's that supposed to mean?"
Koshka
Okay.
looks between them. No. Just she grabs Theo's hand, the one that she's flipping Ken off with. Do not do that.
Ken returns the smirk to you, Koshka, and when Allison notices Theo, she's just like, "Ah!" And she grabs Ken's hand and puts it down. She's like, "Look what you did!" And she points to Theo, who is now making her finger be put away.
Forcibly removed finger.
You guys just hear an audible smack from Allison to Ken on from like smacking him on the hand.
God damn
Oh.
it. Now Theo's gonna do that to everybody.
This may be a bit of a funky question.
What's up?
But did it seem like they were listening in on the conversation that was being had previously? Like,
Roll a.
Insight.
I was gonna say insight. And I thought maybe investigation. Hold on.
What's
You know what? Like to see. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight.
bonkers. Give me that -1. Alright. Hard to tell.
Ken, you can pretty much it's pretty easy to tell that Ken really didn't care nor quite frankly gave a fuck. Allison, however, you might it's in your thought perhaps she was listening, but there's a chance she might not have been listening.
Okay. Before we move away from them, and while there's a little bit of chaos going on, Miriam's just gonna say, the two of you who own the spice shop, you shouldn't have to worry about who kidnapped you earlier. He wasn't after you in the first place, and with this group gone, it shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Ken looks to you, Miriam, and he kind of. You can see him ponder this for a moment, and he shrugs and he says, I guess I have no word but to take your word for it. I have no choice but to take your word for it, but we'll see about that. As he seems more pessimistic, and you can see Allison be like, oh, well, that's reassuring. Thank you. And you can see that she's more optimistic about it.
Yeah, you see Yuna's ears perk up at this because she's also had reassured them earlier, but now she's heard this. It's like a double reassurance now. Okay, well, we really have to catch up to the others, so again, thank you very much. And she's gonna do another little bow.
And they both, in their own way, wave their goodbyes at you.
She's so cute. Okay. With that, she's gonna take Theo's hand and then look to Koshka and Miriam and say, alright, well, let's go.
Koshka just starts walking in the direction that Cyrus took off in.
Okay, you guys begin walking. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, and she gives one last look at the Spice siblings, and then waves by with the hands, because she has the bag inside her, the hole into her arm, so she waves with that hand, and then she starts walking with holding Theo's hand, holding her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Koshka sees the way she's waving. You know I have bag for bag.
Huh?
Give.
Oh.
She holds out one of her free hands.
Sure, here you go. She holds her arm out and then kind of this little motion with her arm to make it slide down, and then puts it in Koshka's hand.
Koshka just takes it and puts it in the bag strapped to her waist.
If you wouldn't mind, is there a store here that I could go and buy a couple sleeves for jars of some sort?
Koshka looks to Yuna and Theo because she never paid attention to any of that shit.
She looks at Theo. I don't know if Theo would know. Me, I don't think so. She sees her put her hand to her finger to her chin. She goes, maybe once we find Kalia and Cyrus, Kalia would know. She's smart.
I suppose we could probably go to market where you saw Koshka acquire meat the other day.
You got meat there?
Perhaps it's on the train.
Oh,
Wait.
gosh.
No, the train or the barge, because we are in a harbor town.
By the way, Cloyd, Discord. I mean, fucking hell. Yeah, roll 20.
We can't. I mean, oh, sorry. To
No.
answer Koshka, she says, "Yeah, we can do that too, but I want to make sure we catch up to them first." You can see she's kind of like, antsy.
Anxious?
Yeah. Like she wants to find them first. She specifically wants
Yeah.
to find Cyrus and Colin first before they do anything else.
No, I know. That's fair.
Mm.
Koshka just shrugs and gestures out in front of her. Lead way.
Okay. She's gonna like keep walking, and she's gonna go. Come on, Theo.
She follows.
What are your guys' perception?
Perception. 17.
9.
Don't worry
Um,
about it.
Don't worry
Give me
about
roll
it.
a d20. Roll a d20, Hebe.
Roll a d20.
Don't
Was it passive or?
passive, but don't worry. I got you, Fio.
Sub 10 gang.
Right.
I accidentally pressed pressed the part of my neck with the artery and made myself dizzy for a second.
Uh,
Oh.
Yeah.
oh.
I don't know how the hell I managed to do that, but I was just like, why is my vision weird? Oh.
Because you rolled a nat
Oh.
1 in perception.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh. Okay, your passive perception is 15. Okay. Fio, you notice that your flames are being pushed against, blown away. You notice that your flames are being blown away slightly. And you notice that there is a strong breeze coming at you every now and then.
Like that makes her stop walking, and her ears perk, and she actually turns and looks around, up in the sky.
As you do that, you notice Cyrus is coming into land, and he lands before you.
Cyrus lands. I'm just gonna whisper to Koshka and just say, if you could please put me down now. You may not like the way I smell.
Koshka tilts her head to the left a little. And then just nods, and she doesn't do it gently, but she does set you down.
Perfect.
Like she doesn't drop you though.
Yeah.
Not
You're not a potentially exploding bird.
That's good.
As soon as Cyrus lands, again, Yuna's perked up, and she smiles really hard. She goes, "Cyrus, hi! Did you find Kalia?
He nods at you.
Wait, where?
He points in the direction to the bookstore, which is still further ahead.
Okay. Also, whenever you're hungry, I made sure to get you something.
You got me something to eat.
She nods her head, happily.
He looks a little taken aback. You can see that he is kind of like what? But obviously he does not decline, or he's like, oh sweet, cool, got food. Don't have to
Co-
hunt this time.
Koshka looks over at Yuna. I thought chicken was for Theo.
Well, you guys got jerky.
Wait, so chicken is for dragon?
He eats a lot.
Okay.
He
She
nods.
she shrugs and pulls specifically the chicken out of the bag and tosses it at him.
And you can see with one hand, he just catches it.
States so matter of factly. Yeah, Yuna's like, yeah. I mean, this is true.
Okay, then.
Does... Go ahead.
No. You go ahead, Marsh.
Does Cyrus seem agitated at all?
Roll perception.
Oh,
I'd say
I'm-
inside, but okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
insight?
They're the same.
If they're the same, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm
Roll
gonna get
whichever one you like.
I'm gonna get in on this roll too because Koshka or Miriam did very specifically say that something regarding him.
Yeah, but chicken.
Oh,
breast.
hey.
In
The one
insight
time
in
I roll
regards-
well.
Insight in regards to who?
In regards to how Cyrus may be reacting to Miriam's presence.
That's what I care
Miriam-
about too.
You're not entirely sure.
Chicken.
You think he's like a lot of his reactions are more towards the chicken. Koshka, you can see him kind of as he catches the chicken and like opens his mouth and bites into it. You can see him like instead of he bites into it, but he doesn't like chomp away or chew. He kind of stops and freezes for a moment, and he lets go of the chicken, and you can see him kind of like just sniffing. He's not making it obvious. He's just kind of. It's like he caught scent of something.
I lean over to Miriam and as quietly as I can, I whisper to her, "Can you speak into mind?"
What did she say?
Can you speak into mind? Like, does she know telepathy?
She shakes her head.
Hold on.
I can roll a stealth if you want.
Yes, there we go.
What the fuck?
Yay!
A fucking
Plus 1
2
rolls a
on the
19,
die.
Plus 7 rolls a 2.
Right?
Damn.
You sees this.
How is his feelings doing though?
Roll me a wisdom check.
Yay!
So basically, Yuna and Fio, you both heard this, and everyone else within a 10-foot vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuna's ears are perked, but she
He seems rather. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Oh, sorry. Like, yeah, her ears are perked, so she did hear that, Koshka. But she's paying attention to Cyrus.
You see, Fio's paying attention to the chicken.
Of course she is.
Jerky?
There's jerky.
Yeah, but the chicken is out in the
Oh,
open.
you're right. You're right.
4-year-old
Give me one.
memories.
4-year-old memory.
I'm serious, man. This is so
Yuna, your passive perception is 17. Okay. You can feel that he is fairly content. He seems not in any mood, like emotion, nothing angry, nothing like not happy but not angry. He seems pretty content. However, you do notice with your passive perception that he is not eating his chicken for some reason.
She's. What was that?
Kimi left.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Kimi.
Kimi's back.
Okay. All right. She's
Kimi,
going
can
to.
you hear us? Sorry, Kimi. Kimi? Kimi, are you there? Oh, okay, cool.
Jamie, come back.
You can blame it all on Cloyd.
You know it.
Kimi, 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 Kimi,
Wait, what?
Chameleon.
She's gonna tilt her head, like seeming now like a little confused. She goes, "What's wrong?"
You see him staring in Koshka's and Miriam's direction. Miriam, Koshka, you guys do notice that he is looking at you both after your little questioning, and then his eyes kind of just start to not what is it? Specifically look at Miriam.
You see her legs kind of tense just a little bit. Her jaw kind of locks into place.
You see Theo's hand kind of just like goes towards the chicken, kind of like flexing her hand, like gimme, gimme.
Does Koshka see this?
The Theo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with your passive perception, and I'm gonna say right now
No.
you're concerned of the dragon piercing through, like his eyes just piercing through your soul.
Miriam's then gonna take a step or two towards Cyrus.
Cyrus, you can see him immediately look down at Theo and kind of trying to figure out what it is that she is demanding. And then when he realizes, like, oh yeah, I have chicken in hand, you can see him kind of like dig his claw into the leg of the chicken and like with ease rip it out and just hand it to you, Theo. Theo, when you have your hands on it, it is very cold, but you quickly start heating it up with your fire.
He bites onto it.
It is chicken.
And you just see her. She's just like, being satisfied as she's eating.
You know, you see a very satisfied Theo.
It makes her happy.
And Miriam, as you take a step or two toward Cyrus, he doesn't seem to move, but he immediately looks back up at you and just he doesn't look angry. He's just watching you.
Something familiar.
You can see him kind of his body kind of fidgets as if it wants to step forward, but he stops. I was a little confused. I was like, plus 5 points to what? Affection? What role is that? Oh, duh.
Oh, duh.
Keep going. You see him just he looks like he wanted to move forward, but he keeps it still and he doesn't quite respond to you.
Take another couple steps towards him, just moving slowly.
Miriam, is that really wise?
It's important to know what I'm dealing with.
You can
He's
do
like-
so without angering the dragon.
Won't make him mad.
Suit
licking
yourself.
She just kind of moves a little closer, still not like just slowly and steadily, just watching him, seeing what his reaction is.
What's your passive investigation?
Oh, investigation. It's only
whopping
15.
9? Oh,
It's only
15?
15.
Oh, perfect.
I
Cool.
thought I was proficient in it, but I'm not.
You do see him kind of like smelling, sniffing the air. You can see his head kind of tilt upwards quickly and drop, tilt, and you can tell, like, okay, he's sniffing for something. Or that he has his nose, like, locked onto something.
I pull out a vial and I uncork it. looking for this?
He looks at the vial. What are you holding to him exactly?
One of the 3 vials that I prepared.
Ah. You can see him to the point where he actually drops the chicken.
Oh my gosh.
And he reaches out to grab the vial. Like, his hand, like, reaching out for the vial. You can see him moving rather slowly as he's trying. It looks like he's trying hard to be cautious.
Kind of puts the cork back in it. She gets that reaction.
What
You
was
hear
that?
a growl come from him as you see his hand kind of like not retract, but surprised at the fact that you closed it in front of him, like took it away and closed it, and he drops his arm as he lets out a low hummed growl.
Miriam kind of grits her teeth and looks at Yuna. I just have a hunch, but I think he knows better than I do.
That she looks at you, sir.
At Cyrus?
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you and back at the vial, and he says, "It's familiar, but it's not." As he tilts his head, like when he says "not," he seems kind of questioning of his own. Like he seems to be questioning, like, but it's not. As he's looking at Miriam.
I
What
was
is
told
that?
it was processed in some way.
Oh, is that Yuna?
No, keep going.
No, ask.
She said, "What is that?"
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
Oh.
Yeah, because you cut off at the beginning of the word "supposed to."
Sorry, he made. I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to be a bother. Your adorably Yuna voice does not get picked up by your mic sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Quiet.
So.
Say it. Okay.
I'm sorry, Hime.
Yeah, okay.
Cyrus, eventually, like, you can see his head turning. He's still glaring at Miriam, but you see his head turn towards you, and finally, when his head is facing you, he blinks and his eyes are on you. And you see him kind of stand up, like, you see him kind of, like, snap back into it, like, back into, like, life and, like, reality and whatever. Then he just stands up tall, and then he looks down at the chicken, grabs it with his claw, and then starts eating it.
Right as Fio gets there.
Fio, the chicken is snatched away from you. He does not seem to have noticed you, Fio, unfortunately.
Koshka looks over at Fio after seeing that happen. Come here, Fio. And she reaches into her bag and pulls out a piece of jerky.
You want cover?
Do that.
Koshka picks her up and cradles her on one arm, like having her sit on the arm, and gives her the jerky.
Fio, you accept this.
Mm-hmm.
You are cradled, sitting cradled, question mark, and you consume the jerky. It is good jerky.
These num chick.
You nom on the jerky. Good job.
Now,
It's yummy.
if all this excitement is finished, shall we move on? Should you choose to accept it as yummy?
Cyrus eventually finishes, rather quickly, but eventually finishes the chicken within all that, and he looks to Yuna and the group, and then he's he's like kind of like, he looks like kind of like, why are we waiting? He just starts walking.
Koshka follows suit, and so does Miriam, apparently. As Koshka catches up to Miriam, she just looks down at her. You know, we must have talk later about... She looks over at Cyrus. Him. That was not very smart.
Smart, maybe not, but calculated. Had to do it.
Then you must be bad at math.
Fucking
Calculated.
Calculated.
Miriam kind of stops and looks at Koshka. You didn't see what I did. From what I saw, this was... I had to know. It was worth the risk.
Tell me that from inside his stomach next time.
Miriam just kind of sighs. I'll keep it in mind. As she kind of says that, she looks back over your shoulder. Is gonna kind of push past you back the direction you came. I'll catch up with you. Keep track of the dragon. And she's gonna go back to Yuna.
Koshka looks back over. Cyrus!
Cyrus stops, and then he looks back and notices that you guys are pretty far. Well, like, 10 feet behind, or 15 feet behind. And he just kind of stops and just tilts his head at you. What?
Do not what me. What your pet? And she points at Yuna.
See him lift up and drop his tail as he just listens to what you have to say.
That was it.
He's just standing there waiting for you guys to catch up. You can tell a lot from his gestures.
Fair enough. Koshka just walks up to him and stands next to him, waiting, also waiting for Yuna and Miriam.
He looks kind of content, not mad, not happy, but not mad. It's like the whole event didn't even happen. Theo, you are practically like at Cyrus's face. It is noise.
A fuck his nose.
You see him, like scrounge his nose, and then you see him kind of bare his teeth a little bit, and then immediately stop.
Yeah.
When she's talking, Cyrus just looks at you, Koshka, kind of expecting like a translation.
What did Theo say?
Just at you.
She just shrugs.
He starts walking.
In the direction we were going, or back towards Yuna?
In the direction you're supposed to be going.
sad face.
Does
Is that the
nobody?
sound of the party being split? Let's go.
Yes.
Oh God.
I was waiting for Miriam to say something.
She
I was waiting for them to be done.
Koshka just rolls her eyes. Does nobody in this group know how to stay together? I suppose I will keep an eye on Dragon. Miriam, please do bring Castelvan when you get the chance. And she just turns and follows after Cyrus, not waiting for a response.
Okay. As Miriam hears this, she like, reaches back to where Eunice stopped. Kind of slows down. Kind of examines her face.
She. Sorry, you were gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
Because you said you examined her face, all you can see is that she's in thought.
Are you alright?
You see, like, one of her ears, like, twitch for a second, then she, like, looks up to you and she goes, "Oh, I'm fine."
I've heard that line before. What's happening here that I don't know about?
You see her, like, her eyes, like, glance one way, but then she looks to you and again, and she says, "What was in that bottle?"
It was, belonged to the head of the group. It was what he described as processed. Something that he was given by his employer as a tool to use. Kind of sighs and shakes her head. There's no good way to put this. It's unicorn blood.
Whoa.
That fucking roll. It just unicorn blood rolls wisdom. I'm muting myself. I'm sorry.
I see.
Miriam kind of steps a little closer. Definitely not like within her personal space, but definitely getting just a little bit closer. Kind of lowers her voice and looks around. What is there I don't know about here? I've spent many years studying creatures like you. What don't I know?
You see, she was kind of like she was getting lost in thought again, but then when you asked that, she goes,
What exactly are you asking?
Just obviously it's significant. And there seems to be something else going on here.
Where was that blood gotten?
He didn't know. Somewhere, this group that he was a bounty hunter for, he said it was they create it and sell it to their bounty hunters.
Created.
Process it, change it into something that, when consumed, is used for a purpose.
You see her kind of like look down and like getting a little idle, and she goes, I haven't seen a unicorn in many, many years. And what I thought to be many, many years were actually hundreds, maybe thousands.
Oh, they clearly exist somewhere.
You see her like her head just like nod a little. She goes, somewhere. I'm trying to find them.
Well, it's not far off from what I'm doing. The leader of the group, the bandits, he told me a little bit about, at the very least, where his... Actually, wait. Did he tell me where their last exchange went down?
He
Did
would
I
have told
get
you that, yeah.
Okay. Where he last met with the representatives from the group that made this. It's not much, but perhaps a step toward what you're looking for.
She looks at you again, and she says, you'll take us there?
Well, I'll do my best to. It's a balance. These people, they have a lot behind them. We'll have to be careful.
I'll be fine. I need to do this.
Miriam just kind of nods, goes and kind of gently grabs your hand with one of hers, just to kind of hold your attention a little bit. It does no good to overthink it now. We'll get there.
She allowed you to take, and you just see a nod from her.
I don't know a lot about Cyrus, but I know he's partial to unicorn blood. What do you want me to do with it?
Can you throw it away?
She just kind of nods her head. You may have to heal me again when Cyrus beats the shit out of me for it.
He won't. I won't let him. She sounds kind of serious.
She just kind of nods. This town has a port, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just says, I'll go dumped in the water. I'll meet you all back in whatever direction you were going, wherever Kalia is.
Can I go with you?
Of course.
Thank you, Miss Miriam.
Kind of puts her second hand on the hand that she's holding, just kind of covering it. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance.
You see her, slowly shake her head. You're doing a lot. You really are.
Kind of grinds her teeth a little as she nods and goes to walk off towards the docks to dump some blood.
Yuna's following.
Dude, you guys do walk rather off course towards from the bookstore. Essentially you guys essentially the bookstore is like a straight line. You'd beeline it to like straight. You guys are essentially like going left towards the dock or the harbor, I mean. And um excuse me. You do so. Yuna, roll me a perception.
Mm-hmm. $24.
You notice that Cyrus catches wind of what's going on, but he seems to be. You notice Cyrus looking and just still continuing to walk.
If you notice her looking, he can see that she's watching him, but then she like turns away as she follows Miriam.
You guys notice each other.
Mm-hmm.
It is noticed.
It is noted.
I was gonna say that next. Fuck you. He's gonna beat the shit out of me. You guys do that. Is there anything else that you guys want to do?
I thought we were gonna cut to the others.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Cyrus is essentially waiting by the bookstore and he leads Yukoshka there. And he just kind of waits outside the door.
Koshka just looks at him. You expect, and gestures towards Theo, us to enter store of paper product.
Cyrus just looks at you and he says, I don't expect anything from you. You want me to bring you here and you're here. Either make yourself comfortable outside or go inside.
That might be first smart thing I have heard you say yet. And she...
Carrie is carrying.
Yes, Theo. She pats Theo's head, turns and sits against the wall next to the door.
Just hear a growl in response to you, and he's just waiting, and you can see him clearly looking in the direction of Yuna and Miriam.
What is it now?
You get no response. Just his tail kind of flops.
Rawr.
That actually catches his attention, and he looks at you, Theo.
she's like, like try it again, like, and then she's like, and then what did you
Feels
do?
so fucking cute.
like whatever stance she's like taking, she's like trying to copy it.
Cyrus?
While still in Koshka's arms, or does she jump
Mhm.
down? Okay.
No, she's like I
As
guess
you're
like
sitting.
upper torso, like yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you kind of start mimicking. You can see him standing rather strong, like in like high fortitude. He seems to like he's not like slouching or anything. You pretty much like copy like the upper part of like his body, his torso, and you pull your shoulders back. You notice that your chest kind of puffs forward, and you just kind of like you even get the sensation like you're feeling rather big and strong right now. You feel like you can take on Koshka and Cyrus all together.
Yeah, she just mimics.
All right. I'm gonna cut it to unless you guys have anything else you want to say.
Uh, maybe.
What's
Maybe.
up?
Nope. Koshka holds her tongue.
For once. We're gonna cut it to Kalia. Kalia, yes, essentially you don't realize, but you make it to the counter, and you see Set there, who is shuffling between some papers and fixing stuff. He seems a little bit distracted, as you can hear, like the writing of notes, like charcoal pencil onto paper. It's a rather soothing sound, but you give it enough time, and he still hasn't noticed you.
Excuse me?
Immediately with that one word, he puts his pencil down and he turns. He like looks left, looks right, turns around and sees you. Oh, um, I'm sorry, I was a little bit distracted by my work. What can I do for you?
Uh, I was wondering if you had any books on the sort of second generation dragons or anything on unicorns. I've already found 3 books that I'd like to purchase, but I was hoping I could find any books more on the dragons, like I mentioned, and the unicorns, stuff like that.
You can see him adjust his glasses to your question, as it's his way of kind of thinking about it. Um, and he looks around his shop, which honestly you can see quite a few shelves, like a typical the way like how books are set up in a line, like in line with one another. And this shop isn't too deep, but it is rather tall. And he kind of like looks and he's like, second generation dragons. No, I don't believe we have possession of that, but I could maybe interest you in some other illustrations. We have some, and then
No,
he,
I don't think I'm really interested in illustrations.
oh, I see. So you're looking for information.
Yes.
Ah, as you can see him kind of like going, you kind of hear him like shuffling through, um, like at the counter, like he's like shuffling through paper. You see him pick up something from underneath and looking through it, and he says, "I'm sorry, I don't know. We have mainly the artist interpretations of the second generation dragons, but not much of that or the more ancient dragons, unfortunately. They're a little dangerous to come across."
Okay, that's fine. And anything about the unicorns, chance?
I doubt that you'll be looking for this, but there is a children's book over there, as he kind of points in a general direction, but he figures like that's not it.
Yeah, no. I'll just go ahead and get these 3 books here.
By the way, that's what he looks like. I put it in the Discord.
Alright, question is he cute though? Oh, he kind of cute. Oh, yeah, he hella cute.
You see him kind of
App
pick up the books.
description.
Huh?
No. Sorry, no. Go ahead.
Okay. You see him pick up the books that you put on the counter and perfect description. um and you kind of like he goes through them and he says, looking for that of romance, I see, and oh, well, this is an interesting one, as he looks at the Phoenix book in particular.
Yeah, I like reading a lot of things, and you know.
You see him kind of like staring at the book a little bit, and then he eventually glances at you, and he tilts his head, asking questions of dragons, unicorns, and possession of a book of a phoenix. It's quite the bit of information that you're looking for, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's none of my business, as he puts the books together, and you see him kind of like writing on a piece of paper. That'll be Kimi.
Mhm. Yes.
Hold on. I don't know how to ask this. How much would the books be?
Depending.
How much is a gold coin typically?
It's silver.
Are you asking for what, like, some benchmark items of value?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
So-
so you got this, Robert.
In
Kimi.
regular D&D or in Kimmy's version?
Regular.
So regular, like something like a ration is 5 silver.
Well, okay. So it depends. It all depends on what books are in your campaign. Are books
true.
a sort of luxury for the rich? Are books, like only studious people can afford books and stuff like that? Are you trying to buy books to learn magic? Books to learn magic are often can go for several hundred gold pieces.
I'm gonna say that they're not for the
If-
luxurious. They're like these books are of decent quality. But they're not. They're like they're handwritten books. But they're
Alright.
not. They're not.
Hot question. How much
Yeah.
is one banana worth in your campaign?
I want to say like like one banana.
One banana. We're going off banana.
Just the one banana.
Yeah.
I want to say like a copper piece. No.
Okay. How much are bananas worth?
But a bundle of bananas in IRL,
Yeah. We're
Like a
doing
dollar?
doing some quick economics.
like a dollar,
single banana?
$1.50.
For a
Okay,
bunch?
the retail price for
for a
1
bundle.
pound of bananas in the United States is like 50.
$1.50, no?
I don't know.
A bundle of bananas or a banana?
One pound of bananas.
1 pound of banana should be like $1 something.
Okay,
It's just
I'm going to ask this question real quick. Chiru, did the meme go right over your head?
probably.
Banana for scale.
Banana for scales.
Okay, first of all, I use the banana for scale. Like I think of it visually, not like actual.
Bananas for all types of scales, man.
Yeah, I did it. I never used it for any of the scale
I'm
except for visual comparison.
Well, now
Okay.
you know, bananas can be used for more than how many bananas is it worth?
I hate you so much. I hate you. These books about to cost you 100,000 bananas.
Just for that joke?
Just for that fucking joke,
What is that? That's like 500 coppers according to you.
bitch.
Right, so that's 5 gold.
That'd be... Okay,
Fucking
let's
Kimi.
get up. We're already
Oh,
derailed.
wow.
We're already derailed.
Wow,
That-
Kimi with the quick math. Ooh, he does
I
look good.
know.
100 coppers is 1 gold.
Wait, are you talking about the guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna keep it like, I hate that now you have that banana question in my fucking head, I hate you.
Somebody do the math.
He's gonna, he said a ration is 5 silver. He's gonna look at the books and then come back to you and say, well, I'll make it a gold piece.
Okay. She goes ahead, a little bit underneath the counter at an angle so you can't see necessarily. She goes in her little bag and like, here you go. And she
Um,
puts one gold piece onto the table.
You put the 1 gold piece and you see him kind of cup his hand over top of it, dragging it towards himself and picking it off the counter. Setting it underneath the counter, you can hear like a click as he puts it in what you can assume is another container full of them.
Why does this
Points
feel
them,
really shady?
and you can see him kind of fix up the books where he starts wrapping them in like this paper. Like it's not just paper, but it's a little sturdier. He starts to wrap them into the paper, and he hands you all 3 books wrapped in the paper.
You wouldn't happen to also have a larger sort of satchel or bag available for purchase, or should I go somewhere else?
No, I should be able to have, as he looks around, like you can see him kind of like going around and he grabs you can see him kind of grab like a marketplace kind of satchel. And he grabs it and then he says, here you go. It could be like, that's about 3 copper pieces. It's not poor quality, but it'll hold.
Okay. What remains of my small amount of copper pieces I give to him.
Okay.
I don't have that actually that much gold. Jesus.
So
I'm poor in a different sense.
you give him pretty much all your leftover copper pieces.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, here you go. Just go ahead and, I guess, keep it.
Oh, well, thank you. As you see him kind of like scooping it off the counter there.
It's not much anyway, and somebody has to take care of books.
They certainly do. You see him kind of say this with a little bit of pride as he very much enjoys his work.
Anyway, thank you very much. I go ahead and wrap the satchel around myself, and I put the books within.
You do that.
Thank you again for your time.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
You too. As
And you
I
can see
go
him
ahead.
waving. As you exit, there is the ding from the bell right above you again as you exit out. And you are quickly caught between a rather large Koshka and a rather anxious wagon.
And a door. Okay.
And with the door hitting you behind you.
She sort of just stops, letting the door sort of bump her a little bit more forward. Hello.
Koshka, you're met with a hello from a certain Goyle.
Goyle.
Oh good, we have the fish. Now we just need human and unicorn.
I splash water over the cat.
You are both
Small amount. I don't want to get on Fio.
Okay. Koshka, you feel water over your head trailing down your head.
I bap her in the face with the tentacle.
I bap her in the face with a tentacle.
You guys simultaneously bap each other in the face.
I see we're at an impasse.
Koshka just glares at you as she stands up. Well, human was asking for leaves? Jars? Yes, something.
Sleeves?
Something to contain items with. Exactly what I am not sure. But I figured while awaiting their return, we could go to market and see if we could acquire them for her.
Theo
I see.
flicks Kalia off.
Kalia, you are flipped off by 4-year-old Theo.
Koshka takes one of her hands, grabs just the middle finger, and like bends it back down into the rest of her fist. I told you not to do that.
No?
No.
Miriam
looks
and
at
Yuna
it.
would have been there by now, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Just
are they
kinda
just
teleports
approaching?
that way.
Kali doesn't pay it much mind because she does not know what that means.
Wait, is Koshka the only one who knows what that means in this group?
Why would the fish lady know what it means?
Okay, the fish lady I can understand. The dragon has paid it no mind. Miriam has not made any mention of it.
I don't think Miriam cares.
Miriam probably doesn't care. And Yuna, well, she's Yuna.
I guess me and Miriam catch up.
You guys should have already been there. With all that interaction happening in the store, you guys would have been there by now.
Okay.
I guess we're DMing Marsh.
Oh, that's fine.
Wait, why?
He wanted to do some stuff.
We'll
Oh,
take care
wait.
of it. Don't worry about it.
We can scene transition and have you guys reappear at this time.
Yeah.
I
We-
just wanted to make an exchange as we were doing something else.
We do it all the time.
Without my...
No, we were gonna do it after them, but then you told us you said we were already there, so I'm like, oh,
Wait.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on.
but we can still go back to that scene, and then by the time that scene ends, that's when you guys are arriving.
Yeah.
That's fine then. I just thought that we were skipping to like them being there already, so I was like, wait, what? Oh.
Well, I was assuming since like there was no messages going between you guys right there, there was nothing going
sorry.
on, so... No, don't be sorry, don't be sorry. It's no one's bad. It was
It's
just,
all Cloyd's fault.
Yeah.
We were gonna
Sure,
do it.
sure, it's my fault. Sure.
I was
Yeah.
invested in the books. I was trying to figure out if he was buying smut or not.
Love you,
Yeah,
Cloyd.
Did you,
Well-
Lloyd? Did you?
Well,
Did I?
he did find some books on
On
romance.
romance. I was trying to listen if there were any more like hints about.
But
what
but
those
we were
romance books
whispering
were.
on like he's like,
Whoa.
oh, I have a plan to do this, like as
Okay,
in
I was
like
gonna say,
during the
you guys
scene.
gotta involve me in these things because I
Yeah,
am PM.
Oh,
Yes,
I
yes.
know. I know.
Yeah, we didn't actually do anything.
We didn't do
Alright,
anything.
I was only because last time there was a little bit of back and forth without my overlook.
But that's because I didn't know you couldn't see whispers.
Oops.
I didn't.
I
know
think
you
she
could
can.
see
I
it.
think
Oops.
she can see the whispers if she looks at the history. I don't remember.
No. No.
That's
No.
not
No, she can't.
I've already tried.
That
I
is a
ended up
negative.
I ended up telling her what happened between, like, the conversation between me and Koshka when we had it in the head. I didn't know, like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I didn't know it was possible, so I ended up telling her what happened. So right now,
I've already tried looking.
Yeah, roll 20 really needs to put out an update where the DM can see all the
GM should be
whispers.
able to see
sees all.
They're supposed
but
to
yeah,
see
no,
all.
If we were skipping though, I was gonna tell you what happened to Chiru, but
Thank you.
yeah, I won't keep
Don't
you.
worry. I
You'll be
will not skip any scenes. I was just not aware. Don't worry.
Okay. Well.
I've seen this movie, but god damn it, Robert.
Oh my gosh.
I only just saw that.
Both said I hit him with the tentacles, so
I
that
guess
had
we
to be
can
done.
get it over with.
No,
so
that
we
was
catch
good.
up.
That was good.
Okay.
Hey man, you don't see tentacle action.
Wait. Does one of your books happen to contain tentacles?
No, not
Oh.
that I know of. It could be
Oh
a passing
my.
reference in it, you know. She gave me synopses.
Synopses.
Just
Okay.
fucking go, please.
Let go.
Okay. as they kind of make their way up to the water's edge, you see Miriam kind of reach back and kind of tucked away in a side pouch on the backpack. You see her kind of produce 2 additional vials to the one that she had pulled out earlier. She kind of puts them on the ground next to the water and kind of looks at Yuna and just says, do you want me to get rid of them, or do you?
Do it.
Kind of nods her head and picks up the first vial, and she kind of uncorks it and pours it into the water. She's gonna kind of watch the liquid pour out of the first one, and then as she pours the second one, she's gonna look back towards Yuna and just kind of search her face, try and read what's going on now that she's had at least a little time to calm down.
Gonna roll that insight. Oh, not 20.
Ooh, green.
Oh, okay. You get that she is watching you pour this out. You see there is both like you definitely see some relief that you're pouring this, like you're throwing this away. And then you see that she had calmed, but there's still things on her mind. Certain things that were mentioned before, and like prior to like when you spoke to her, you could see that she still has her thinking face. But the most thing that you see is relief on her face as you're throwing this away.
As she kind of pours out the third one, she's gonna scoop up some water in her hands and just wipe some of her own blood off of her face and clothing. Nothing, not deep cleaning, obviously, but just like the loose stuff on her face and on her arm, just doing a little bit of cleanup. And then she like rinses out the vials and kind of holds on to them for the time being. She kind of looks back to Yuna, and as she moves and starts walking, she just says, we'll find a way to fix this, alright?
Okay. She's turning and she's gonna follow you back now. But if you want to keep talking to her, you know, she would talk to you.
That was all. I just wanted that insight check.
The thing is, I don't feel like you got your money's worth for the nat 20, so I was gonna more if you kept
That's
asking.
plenty of money. It's fine.
That's plenty.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on.
Panic.
Hold on.
Calm.
At the disco?
Calm at the disco. I don't like that band.
Panic. Calm. Panic.
Panic? Calm? Panic?
Up to you. Up to you.
Gotcha.
Edition.
Okay. The thing is, I don't know how to insert that by just that. And Miriam, you do see that, like, upon that relief, you do see like a like, how do I explain it? Like she like with her thought, you see that she's longing. Like there's something deep she's thinking about.
Okay. Kind of pauses for a moment. Is there something else wrong?
No, nothing wrong.
Are you worried?
You can see her like kind of put her hands together, and it's like a little thing she does, like as she thinks, and then she looks at you and she says, "Please don't be frightened of him. He won't hurt you."
Kind of smirks. Well, I've stared worse things in the face. But, I do appreciate it. I'm sure your words are going to be far more useful than anything I can do. Because if he wanted to, he could make quick work of it.
He wouldn't do it. He's trying his hardest.
Maybe. Everything has its breaking point.
You see her shake her head. He'll be fine.
Just kind of nods. How long have the two of you been traveling?
You can see her like start thinking. I didn't really know how to keep track, but I
Have the
think
seasons changed?
yeah, once.
And since then, he's never tasted unicorn?
You can see like a little shock come to her face, but then she kind of looks aside and she goes, I don't know how long, but he's never hurt me.
Kind of nods her head. I don't think he will.
You see kind of like this hopeful look on her face, and then just a small nod. I don't know if we picked that up.
Yeah.
She's gonna look to you again. She's gonna say, he's good inside. We know he is.
Just kind of smirks a little. Hopefully, he doesn't find out that I'm good on the inside. Kind of chuckles.
Ah,
I'm sorry, that was probably inappropriate.
You see her shake her head. It's okay. But we should go back now.
She just kind of nods her head. They continue walking back towards the dummy dragon.
You see that she's following by you.
Right. As you guys approach the group after your conversation and interaction, you noticed that both Koshka and Kalia bap each other on the face with their own tendril slash tentacle slash water. And you're not entirely sure what's going on, but they both seem to be at an impasse, just kind of exchanging glares. And Cyrus is quite obviously staring at you both. And it looks like Pio's trying to figure out which finger is the middle finger, but she has it locked down pretty well.
well, we already know Koshka's putting away Theo's middle finger.
Yes, on one hand.
The bappening has just finished.
The bappening is over with.
Oh god.
Century.
The
For the next
100 years war.
for the next hour anyway.
Minimum.
Koshka looks to go ahead. Hime.
Oh, sorry. Like she is and Miriam, I guess, approached and saw this. She kind of just like this kind of face when she sees them, bapping each other, and Theo doing who knows what. So it's like this little confused O face, and then when she sees Cyrus, you see that she does like a little smile in a wave.
Cyrus completely turns his attention to you, Yuna, and you see him kind of like look at his hand and then lift it and wave at you, and then drop it immediately.
Sparkles.
Sparkles.
But go ahead, Koshka.
Koshka sees Cyrus looking or waving at Yuna. She turns to see that, and she just says, "Speak of devil, we were just about to go to market to get your sleeves."
Was kind of holding the empty vials in her hand. Something to protect these and maybe attach them to the outside of my backpack.
So, it is no longer necessary then.
I have a few more.
Ah. Well, she looks off in the direction of of the market. Sooner we finish, sooner we can leave.
Just kind of nods her head. Wise words. She goes walking off towards the market.
Alright.
Koshka follows. She gets right up next to Miriam and holds out one of her hands, gesturing towards the vials. Would you mind if I held on to one? Would make good reference to find the right sleeve for you.
Miriam just kind of hands one over. I already rinsed them out if you're caring what's inside of them.
No, that is what we will talk about later. She glances back at Cyrus. In
Who is
private, of
glancing?
course.
Who is watching you guys?
In private, of course. And she just starts spinning the vial in her hand as she continues walking.
I try to catch it.
Sleight of hand, Kimi. I'm gonna say at disadvantage because you're 4 years old. Actually, you're gonna have to climb. Well, are you in Koshka's
Wait.
arms still, right?
Yeah, she's in Koshka's arms still.
Alright, yeah, sleight of hand. At these. Yes, Mala?
I was gonna say like if we'll see how this goes first.
Wow.
Did she not 20?
No.
No.
No, double
Oh.
3.
Kimi,
Oh.
you do this thing where you kind of like, you know how you wiggle your fingers like you're ready to catch something? And you go and throw both your hands to catch the vial in between your hands, like sandwiching the vial within your hands. And you kind of like miss by a long shot, and you also manage to miss your hands, and you end up like hugging yourself essentially.
As I kind of see this.
Sometimes you need to show yourself some love.
Heck
And
yeah.
Kimi, you managed to somehow like just you seem surprised at the fact that this did not work. Go ahead, Mala.
See her eyes are like just widened.
As I see this happen, I'm gonna one of the other 2 vials left. I'm just gonna hand to baby Theo, and just look at her and just say, put up one finger and say, "You get 1 from me, all right?"
You take the vial, Kimi. Theo.
Mm-hmm.
You take the vial. In the same
Okay.
manner or in a more calm manner?
She puts it in her mouth. She grabs it and puts
Successfully
it
put
in
it in
her
your mouth.
You do that.
Chomp.
Like you see her like go, like like a pacifier, like
Yeah.
she's like sucking at it, and then you see like her tongue's like trying to go into the.
Miriam's already walking away.
Koshka's looking like, is this really a child? But she keeps walking into the market.
You guys continue walking as you make your travels down into the market. All the group. Oh, but before I continue, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
Oh yeah. Kalia is going to let people walk by before she tells the big dumb wagon that Cyrus, I just want to say thanks for being understanding, I suppose.
Cyrus looks down at you and kind of like tilts his head slightly, and it says, "You're thanking me."
Well, I mean, like, I kind of asked you to sort of just sort of leave me alone, let me do my thing, for a while. I know you sort of are a bit possessive, so I'm gonna say, thanks and, good job. um, I'm.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, continue if you want to say something.
He doesn't say anything. He just kind of like thinks about what you're saying, and you can notice that he kind of like wags his toe as the end of it lifts up and down.
So, I'm probably, before we leave, I'm going to get more of that weird fish jerky thing if you want. Do you want?
He nods.
Okay. I'll go ahead and get some before we
Okay.
leave. And so I walk into the city once more.
Want some more. Ship it. Because Kimi's not saying it.
That thing is gonna go down in flames into the ocean because fire.
Don't you mean poison into the ocean?
Yeah.
Like-
No.
No
No fire.
No fire. No poison, just fire. A lot of fire.
Yuna? Anything from Yuna before we get to the market?
Yeah, she looking at Kalia and Cyrus.
Ship it.
Baron,
I'm sorry.
and then as soon as Kalia walks away, she kind of watches her. After that, she looks at Cyrus and she smiles a little and she goes, "Oh, let's go," and she walks off.
Looks at you, and when you say "let's go," he immediately follows after you, making sure that everyone has essentially walked ahead of him, and kind of just watches everything. And with your passive perception, you do notice, like, of course, like the occasional, like, people having conversation and then kind of pause, stare in fear, and then mutter some things or two about the group. And Kalia, I think, yeah, Kalia, you notice this too because you have a high enough passive perception.
Sorry, you're gonna have to re-describe that. It was cutting out a little bit for me.
Oh, no worries. What I was saying was that you and Yuna both notice like the occasional group of people like having casual conversation, which kind of end up stopping, almost like quieting down almost immediately, in presence of your guys' group, particularly like the two very tall beings, the dragon being, and having um like such characters such as Unifio and yourself, like it's an interesting mix. And then there's Miriam, which is also like everything about this group is just all over the place.
Glad I can tie it all together.
Yeah, it's like you have this human with this 8 foot tall, gray skinned naked woman. You have
Who
this
has 4 arms and big
who has
boobs.
4 arms. Yes, how can I forget that detail of the big boobs?
The most important detail.
Donks.
Who has blah 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 and big boobs? Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have
A cat that walks on 2 legs and 4 arms and big boobs.
and then you have Kalia and Yuno, who are rather interesting looking. Fio, who is a child on fire, and then the dragon Cyrus.
This child's on fire.
It's an interesting group to say. Like, it seems like people seemed rather. This is somewhat normal, but at the same time, this particular group is not something that happens on occasion.
It's normal to see non-human humanoids in this particular area, but not this particular group.
Yeah, exactly. That is the sentence that yes. That is that sentence.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Alliteration is a thing I am decent at.
Oh my god.
I mean,
you shut up. Alright, so you guys, after all your interactions and conversations, you walk into the marketplace, which seems to be at the prime time of the day. You see people bustling, conversating. You hear, oh, hold on. I have links for this, hold on. Let's see, where is it? Alright. Oh, did I? No, I did it right. Wait, no. Wait, no,
Lash
go away.
is here.
Wait, no, leave. You are gonna get out of here. Wait. Damn it.
Fool.
You
Wait,
summoned.
so-
You summoned.
You
the
you summoned the meme bot.
There we go.
Oh, I gotta turn this motherfucker down.
Absolutely, I did too.
Oh, I gotta turn him up.
The fucking duality.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, are you trying to do the music and ambience day?
I'm trying to do some sort of music and day, but I have
This
no
one?
other- you know what? Yeah, I'll stick to that. I'll do this one for another occasion.
Oh, okay. If
Yeah,
you have something else.
No, because I want to do this one just because I really like it, but I don't think this is the appropriate time for it.
Ah.
This fits well. Okay, yeah. So back to my description of what's going on. You guys make your way into the dead center of this town. It is quite literally in between. You can see a variety of stores. There's more. It's more so kiosks of like some are stores where you walk into an actual store, but mostly kiosks, as you can see, like the tarp draping over them, providing shade in the middle of this day. You can see and smell and experience so much. It's very, for those of you who are rather new to the experience, it's very, very pleasant. Kalia, this is very refreshing compared to what you used to. It's, despite what you've experienced recently, this is, at a moment's notice, is like, wow, this is pretty nice. Before you remember all the burdens that you have to bear. Um, it is it's a combination of things. You see people selling food, you see people making food, you see people selling wares and armors and all this kind of stuff. Most of the stuff you don't really catch interest in. Anything that you guys want to do in particular, and yes, the party is more than welcome to split up.
I'm looking for two things in particular. One, a clothier with that happens to have something fitting what Miriam is looking for on display. That's the important part, on display. As well as knives or daggers or any sort of small bladed weapon. Again, on display.
Go ahead and roll me investigation.
I get one good roll. The sleeves, cloth basically to attach the vials to Miriam's backpack.
I'm gonna say okay.
You see Theo puts takes a vial out of her mouth and puts it on her forehead. Kind of like holds it to her forehead like she has a heart.
You do that. You feel mimicked. I'm kidding. No. You feel like she's making a mockery of you. No. So, Koshka, you are looking around for something for these vials, and you're just kind of like pacing about. I'm assuming you essentially leave the group.
Yeah. I just kind of walk into the marketplace and start looking around. Whether the group stays with me or not, that's up to them.
Okay. Miriam, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for exclusively cloth sleeves as well as a way to protect myself or deal some damage. It's the sleeve.
You're saying.
I really wish I had thought to say that.
This music just like triggers me. It's okay. It's like I can't not make Skyrim references.
It was an amazing reference.
I'm just looking for the cloth sleeves to put the vials in that I can hang on the outside of my backpack that makes them not visible. Alternatively,
oh yes, go ahead.
And then like if I find those, I may also look for like a smaller secondary satchel to put them in as well.
Okay.
Honestly, probably at the same stall.
Yep.
But
go ahead and roll me investigation. Kimi, and I will be taking your 16 just so you know. Yeah. Are you looking for anything in particular?
No.
Kali, are you looking for anything?
Nothing in particular. At some point, I will be making my way over to what you call it, the spice shop for fucking
For
Fish.
fucking
Fish
got it.
jerky.
Fish jerky.
For fucking got it.
Hey, man. Can you blame a girl?
Hey, high key, Ken is good looking.
Ah, come on, but got nothing on set.
Oh, true.
Oh, you guys
But
are
you know, Seth's got that experienced look about him.
You guys are funny. Okay, so, your trip that you want to make for going to the spy shop, is that at the end of all this, or or like, do you want to go now?
Talia.
Sorry, what was that?
Do you want to do the trip to the siblings to the breakers now or afterwards?
I'll do it afterwards.
Okay. Alright, so hold on. Sorry, I'm thinking of needing to use the US. Can we take like a quick 5-minute break so I can use the restroom?
Ye.
Go for it.
Thank you.
Koshka's idol animation will be petting Theo. I'll be right back.
Just casually holding a ball of fire.
Yeah, casually holding a ball of fire and petting it like a kitten.
Alright, Kalia's default stay animation is just gonna be holding a book open, reading, looking up, looking left and right, going back to reading.
I'll be right back.
Go for it.
You guys have idle animations?
Right?
I just T-pose.
Look, good sir, you better be yelling the Halo theme in a bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Talos!
Talos,
You
Talos.
guys just see Cyrus screaming, Talos! Alright,
I put that in the
Okay.
Discord because I didn't want to disrupt your description by putting it in Roll20.
Did you really? Oh my god! you
Yes, I
did!
did.
Oh my fucking god! Be right back.
Yeah, this music just my brain's like, what are some Skyrim things I can do?
Nice.
A part of me was like, I almost wanted to ask if there was anyone stealing something. Just so I could,
You should have.
hit him with the, you have committed crimes against Skyrim and their peoples. What say you in your defense?
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Just for the meme.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
You're on the
Yeah,
things,
criminals.
Marsh. You're on the things. You're on.
It's okay.
I just hate that. Like,
Oh no.
what did I do? Like,
on
I'm
the
trying to open a book, but I end up taking an apple, and a guard walks up, and he's like, "Stop right there, criminal scum!" I'm
Stop
just
right there, criminal scum.
I'm just like, it's just like, I'm sorry. It just, I accidentally picked it up. I'm putting it
I
back.
misclick.
Oh
Okay, I
man.
want your apple.
My favorite thing to do is to get a bunch of bees and then to reverse pickpocket bees.
I
and
thought you were
put them in
gonna say
people's pockets.
beans.
No, bees.
I defaulted you saying bees to beans.
Beans.
Oh boy.
No, I would love to go around and reverse pickpocket bees into just random people.
Wait, does something happen if you, give them bees?
No, but
Ah.
it sounded funny in my head, so I did it. Like, could you imagine you're going home and you reach for the key to your house and just a swarm of bees comes out? Like, that's totally shit. Oh, this is the classic. I loved these videos.
I'm trying to find the one in the kitchen.
Oh, he did one that's like all like one where it's like when you cause troubles. There is one where it's like there's the guy who's like Talos, Talos, and then he like runs into the wall a little bit.
This is hilarious to watch.
Those are some banging videos.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I should have saved more of these fucking gifs. Oh, some of them were funny as shit and you would have enjoyed them.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I heard you mention Robert. You were hoping to see someone trying to steal something. I'm like, you know damn well you'll see that.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her peoples. What say you in your defense?
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Are you guys seeing those silly Skyrim IRL things?
Yes.
I fucking love these. Hey, outsider.
Dude, I was trying to find the kitchen one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I think I've literally watched all of them.
It is so funny.
They're so good. I love that chair one where he sits down.
After walking through all of them.
I like that one perfectly is like.
Oh, I found it. I found it. I
for
found
him
it.
to sit. But
Dude uses a rubber mallet.
Oh, yeah. The fucking socks on the wooden floor.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
So good. Did you see the phone drop into the well? Into the stairwell? Chiru?
Maybe?
I need to find that one.
Okay.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yee.
Alright. Koshka can kind of start looking around, but the smell of the food is rather distracting. It's okay. And you just kind of you just look around, and then your nose kind of leads you in another direction. And you just you're like, oh no, I should be paying attention, going this way. And then again, it's like in the cartoons where the smell just kind of pulls you in a different direction, and your nose literally leads you to that direction.
The
Kind of
the trail of the smell with the hand and the finger guiding me.
yeah. And you're not hungry, but boy, does that smell good. And as you are being led, Theo kind of grabs you by the boob and tugs at you. which kind of snaps you out of in a rather painful way. And she kind of points in the direction of where she think it may be, as Miriam is quite clearly walking in the exact perfect direction. And Theo's just kind of like pointing at her.
Well, if Miriam's going in the right direction, I'm changing my course. I'm going after the blades.
Alright, you start doing that. And you are led to more food.
Can't escape.
Alright.
And
Fine.
Theo, you see that she's being led by food. You also are. Well, I'm trying to think because I'm trying to put myself as a child that has managed to roll a fucking 15 in investigation. Theo, what are you looking for, Theo?
She's pointing at. She points in a direction, and she is looking for blade. She basically, yeah, she looks for blades, and then she points. She sees something. Whether it's be a store for blades or somebody's just, I don't know, holding a knife, or like she's gonna find it.
Okay. Koshka seems distracted. You notice that Koshka seems distracted. Is there anything that you want to do about that?
I'm gonna poke her.
You poke her. Koshka, you are poked.
I look down.
You see that she's pointing you in the right direction.
I follow.
You do that, and eventually you meet a kiosk with blades. You see a very nervous human there. He is standing there, quite nervously.
Hmm. Did you say boobs? Okay, important question. Is the kiosk operator male or female?
He is male.
Koshka looks down at Theo. No. Koshka has boobs. This person does not.
She points at the blades. Booth!
Ah, yes. That is why we are here. You, however... She looks at the nervous male. You look like you need to run. And she just gives him a smirk.
You see him like stiffen even more so, and he's just like, is there anything that I can do for you, ma'am?
Well, she looks down at Theo, looks at the blades. It will not be long before the little one can hold a blade. What would you suggest for a teenage child?
Oh, I could definitely suggest something that, well,
As he's stammering, I reach over with one of my tentacles and gently caress his cheek with the soft side of it.
You can see him kind of like trying not to like slowly like pull away, but is obviously kind of pressing up against him still. And he's like, as he stays put, and you can see him kind of like his hands trembling as they reach for a short sword. This is should be good for a teenager.
I take hold of it and On one hand, I just balance it on two fingers just to kind of gauge the weight of it.
It seems quite average. Nothing super impressive, but he gets the job done.
Hmm. Not the best, but what can I expect from a... She looks at the stand. Paltry business dealer like yourself.
I'm just running this from my parents. They told me I should get a job, and well, I'm here.
Oh, you poor thing. If only you had met somebody else. She whips the blade in its hilt in its hilt so that she's now holding it reverse style and looks at him. And just how much do you think you will owe them for this blade?
Note taken. Feel free to have that.
Why, thank you. She puts it in the bag and walks away.
Feel waves.
Fio, you see him kind of like slowly wave at you and then hurry inside. Miriam. You quickly find your way towards someone who seems to be selling along the lines of like shields. Not like the highest of quality, but something like wooden shields and whatnot. And you see a bunch of like leather leather type materials and a bunch of straps there.
Okay. I just kind of approach quietly if I get his attention.
You rather quickly get his attention than he notices you from the crowd coming up, seeing how you are bringing attention to him. He's like, well, hello there, ma'am. Anything I can do for you? Anything that you are interested in?
I kind of take the last vial I had and kind of twirl it around one of my fingers and put it down on the table. I need something that can cover and hold another 3 or 4 of these. And if you have a container that I can put them in, maybe carry over the shoulder in a more protected manner, that would be perfect.
Sure thing. As he starts to kind of like rummage through the stuff that he has, is that essentially exactly what you requested? A small satchel, some straps, and some covers. That seem to be made like not expertise, not in an expert manner, but it's enough to get a rather decent job done. It's quite average.
Not gonna draw any attention. It's better anyway.
And he just kind of like sets them and he just displays them. How many would you like there?
She just kind of counts in her head a little bit.
I've been looking for you. A letter from y'all?
I think 5 would suffice.
5 it is. As you see him grab like 3 more from underneath the counter and places it, like he kind of like slams his hand on top of the rest of the stuff, and then he like slides it to you for inspection, for you to inspect. That is.
Look at him.
Would you like to roll investigation, or?
I mean,
like it's up to you.
From a cursory glance, like they look decent, right?
Yeah, they don't look like they're torn or anything.
Okay. Perfect. That's good enough. I mean, I'm not gonna like hardcore inspect these things.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just asking.
Yeah. Just say, this suits my purpose very well. I'm gonna try and make sure that like the vial I have out, it's empty, like fits in well, and if it does, just say, how much do you want for them?
Well, for all this, I'll say 2 silver and 5 copper.
Kind of just nods her head, pulls out 3 silver pieces and kind of puts them down on the table.
And as you do so, you see him immediately like respond to you with 5 copper pieces. You see him kind of like grabbing. You can hear the clinks of the coins as he like counts them, and then he places the 5 copper before you and slides it towards your direction. Anything else for you?
Kind of takes 2 of the copper pieces, and then kind of slides the other 3 back and just says, that'll be all. Thanks for your help.
Anytime, good ma'am. Have a good one.
You as well. Just kind of turns, and then with her 5 straps, she kind of picks them up and then is going to walk back to the group.
And your satchel.
Oh yeah, and the satchel. Oh, so it's like a vial carry, almost like a carrying satchel for the 5 straps.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I have my fanny pack and everything. Alright, and then after I get that, I'm going back to the group. That's all I need.
Okay. I'm sorry, Hime. I thought I could maybe type something up, but we'll just... Is it okay if we chat this up?
I mean, go call ya.
Tie it up.
Well, Kalia, you see that the group is essentially separated. Yuna is kind of staying with Cyrus, more or less. Koshka left, Miriam left, and it's been some time. Would you like to do something at the moment, or?
Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and say fuck it and do the little jerky excursion.
Okay. Would you like to say anything, or are you just gonna go?
So who's there right now at the moment?
Yuna and Cyrus.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and also find things to buy, so, I'll be back. It shouldn't be too long. Other than that, yeah.
Okay, bye.
And off I go.
You do that. Okay, Yuna?
What?
Okay, Yuna?
Yes. Wait, are you talking to me, sorry?
Yeah. My
Oh.
glass has a break in it. I think I have to throw this cup away. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Tiny little crystals.
That's
Oh,
not
no.
good. Oh well. Go ahead, Yuna.
Oh, I mean, I said what I said. So, but then Kalia came over, and then that's what she answered.
Oh no, I was saying if you want to say it out, if you want to, is it okay? We can just do this verbally because I could not respond to you.
Oh yeah, that's fine. But I thought that you would respond to what I said. In my head, she already said that.
Can you share it?
You want me to share it?
Well, why not?
I was hoping not, but okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll do
So-
it.
It's fine. Whatever you guys want, honestly. Hold on. And do you want me to just respond to you verbally?
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's just that what says already been said. That's
Yeah,
why.
no, I
yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Cyrus just kind of looks at you and he doesn't quite respond. He just looks to you like expecting more information.
I'm happy to see someone else is helping you.
Is what?
I'm happy to see someone else is.
I'm sorry, did anyone else catch the end?
No.
I think cut out.
I am happy to see everyone. Someone else is helping you.
Okay. Cyrus just kind of looks back and then to you, and then he like thinks about it. He nods and says, "She is trying to help me. Yes."
That's good.
Cyrus doesn't quite say more to that.
Oh.
He is kind of a dumbass. I don't know
Oh,
if you noticed.
Not. I mean, I was waiting for because I was queuing. I was doing things. I don't know if he was gonna watch that.
The thing is, I know, but he doesn't.
It's okay, no insights.
Cyrus kind of takes your word for it when you say that's good. He's like, yeah, I'm doing good.
By the way, you said you wanted to tell me something.
Hime, you're gonna have to remind me. When did I say that?
Before we entered the town, it was on the night that Kalia and Theo left on the wagon. Like right before everyone separated, he was digging a hole, and then he had looked at Theo, but then when he looked at Yuna, he looked like he wanted to say something, but he looked away. And then she was like, "Hey, like, did you want to say something?" And he said he did, but to remind him later.
God damn, Hime with the memory of a fucking goddess. That was so long ago. I'm sorry.
No,
And
it's
knowing
fine.
Cyrus, he would have forgotten.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to think. Like in game, this would have been like
A couple days ago, but
2
it's
days.
Or 3
yeah,
days.
a couple days ago. So
but in real world that was like what, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
But the level of detail in her memory though,
That's why you watch the VODs!
right, Robert?
Yeah, but there are certain details I pick up and hold because I want to go back to them.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on. I'm sorry. That just I'm done.
You're okay. I remember a lot of things.
Why did that sound like a threat?
Because I have dirt on everybody. I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
Yuna remembers all.
Dirt.
Yeah,
Oh.
Theo doesn't, so ha.
because Theo got herself killed. But
Again.
he looks at you, Yuna, and he kind of tilts his head and he says, "Tell you something."
She nods her head. You told me to ask you later. That night before we entered the town. And I told you I would respect that and ask you later. So I'm asking you now.
Cyrus looks away, roll an insight.
I thought I got free passes on Theo's, but okay. I'm just
Not-
kidding. Not for
Jesus
these.
Christ, girl, this girl would be demanding as fuck.
I am hella demanding.
Like I try to
Give me the
it's just
fucking tea, bitch.
demanding.
That looks like a free pass to me, baby.
Give me the fucking tea.
My God, like Hime, I'll let you do things, but please.
That looks like a free pass to me, baby.
I rolled for it.
Yes, but your words they imply otherwise.
I'm sorry. I am in a mood right now. I'm in character. I'm in a mood. I'm trying to
So-
keep it.
You notice
Well,
that
you
Cyrus.
can pull out the whip.
I know.
What?
I'm surprised she's capable of that.
No,
What happens when I
forget
give
it.
people freedom?
Forget it.
So you roll your insight. You insight him, and quite easily you can tell that he, like, as he glances away, you can tell, like, he seems nervous. As you kind of caught him, like, you figure, like, he's like forgotten. You know what? Honestly, it's a high enough roll. Like, you figure that, you know what, he doesn't remember what he was going to tell me, or like, you almost mistaken it for him actually hiding it from you, like intentionally hiding it from you. But you kind of shake your head and you're like, no, no, no. He has to have forgotten.
Never mind.
Are you upset with me?
Maybe.
Why?
It's okay. It probably wasn't important.
I don't understand.
It's okay. You don't need to. Don't worry about it.
You can feel something from him. You can feel he is getting a little bit mad.
Why are you getting mad?
As you point that out, he kind of growls and he says, why do you have to know all this about me? I'm trying everything that I can. I'm fighting every instinct that I have to do what you want, and I'm still doing something wrong.
You're not doing anything wrong.
You're upset with me. I'm doing something wrong.
Look, just because I'm upset doesn't mean it's your fault.
Are you upset with me?
I don't think
Are
Huh?
upset with me? And when he said that, you can hear people just stop as they all kind of like turn to look at you guys.
You know what? Fine, yes!
Oh, good.
Koshka, Miriam, Theo, why not? You guys roll perception. Really, Koshka?
Sub 10 gang.
I have a -1 too, don't get mad, dude.
That's okay, Theo didn't do much better.
Now one, baby.
Okay, Kalia didn't do any better at all.
In fact, I did the worst.
Koshka more observant, let's go!
Holy shit!
Hell yeah, for
Hey,
once.
I rolled a 12. Get off my back.
Kalia,
You guys,
on
you guys managed to beat the Kalia on perception.
unfucking heard of. God, this was supposed to be serious and you all bitches.
Hey, I got a 13.
You okay? But a little.
Okay,
You're
how about-
barely off the hook.
How about this? How about this? Given how much time has passed, how far away would I have been?
I was gonna actually give you Um, if you're going for what you were talking about,
I only rolled perception because everyone else was rolling perception.
well, I was going to say this that as you're on your way, you heard the commotion. Well, you guys were used to hearing the bustling of the crowd, and there was a sudden silence, and you, Kalia, when you heard the growls and the yells, you were so distracted that you kind of like look over and your foot tripped over a rather large rock and you just kind of fell forward like anime style, like you don't even realize that you're falling and you just hit the floor, your face landing in a pile of mud, um or you think it's mud. No, it's mud. Or is it? And
Or is it?
everyone
Unless.
else unless, but maybe everyone else kind of Miriam, Koshka, Theo, you guys kind of also in somewhat unison notice that the crowd has gone quiet and Koshka, you were going to look at the right direction, but once again you were distracted by the smell of the aromas. Theo, you notice Miriam look over in a particular direction, which leads you to kind of like, you like lift your hand and smack Koshka in the face to get her attention as you like lead her to Miriam. Well, I'm puppeting you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing that.
No, see, probably like reaches for your, try to pat you in the face, but ends up like poking up your nose or something.
Your attention is immediately pulled away from all that Koshka from the food that is, and brought to Theo's attention. Like your attention is brought to Theo.
Go ahead, Kimi.
You can see like kind of like wave shot Miriam.
Miriam, your attention is quite clearly on the group, well, in the direction of Cyrus and Yuna.
I look to Miriam and then in the direction that Miriam's looking.
Cool. I do not know if I should approach or not. Oh no.
Back to Yuna and Cyrus, and you guys can chat this up in 20. One sec. Okay. Back to Yuna and Cyrus. Yuna, you are clearly upset, and would you? And you don't have. Well, this isn't going to serve any purpose. It's pretty obvious. Cyrus, you can see Cyrus is kind of like holding himself still as he is stiff, growling to himself, and narrowing his eyes.
It probably is the first time he's yelled. Too. And then you see she actually looks upset. And then she says, I don't understand why you always have to get mad at me. I try hard to help you, and I know you try your best. But don't think I'm always mad at you. I may be upset with you, but I've not. I've done some things I'm upset with of myself.
Cyrus is obviously tense, but in a couple moments, you can hear him exhale, and as he exhales, you can see these green clouds, these fumes just kind of come out of his mouth, trailing through his teeth and flying upwards. I am trying not to be upset. I am trying really hard to do everything that you are all telling me to do.
I know you are. I also know things that you also do. They hurt me. And I know it's not your fault. But that doesn't mean it hurts any less.
You see Cyrus calming down, and for a moment, Yuna, you can feel, and not only can you see, but you can feel a mix of emotions coming from him as it just slides around between anger to sadness. For a split second, you feel him experience sadness, something that is new to you, actually, and then quickly calm down to a more neutral state. He is no longer tense, his wings are tucked in, his body is at a much calmer state, and you even notice the people around you attempting to continue their business as conversation starts to pick up again and try to return to normal, but you can obviously see people. What the fuck? Wrong person!
It came back!
I'm sorry.
Did it just yell at us to do it?
What?
Oh my god! Just do it!
Holy fuck.
Wait,
Do what?
wait, what just happened?
Wait, you played D&D Ambiance Small Marketplace and it did. Oh, Kimmy did that.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh.
no. It got the command wrong, and for some reason, as I was trying to make it play the D&D ambiance, it did Shia LaBeouf just do it.
Yeah, but that was added by.
Was it?
It says added by.
Oh, it does.
Oh,
say
it
added by
does.
Kimi.
Wait, hang on.
What?
Wait,
No.
but that's your old.
Yeah,
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's whack.
cause
Added by what?
her she
Don't
changed
worry
her
about that.
tag.
Yeah, that's old.
Anyways, well,
Anyways.
that interestingness. It sounds like people are kind of starting to pick up their business again, attempting to pretend to like, oh, this is happening. Yeah, that's fine. Conversation starts to pick up. Bargaining continues. You see that most people are actually trying to complete their transactions rather quickly, as both Yuna and Cyrus begin to calm down the conversation. And not that that's important to you, Yuna, but you do notice this.
Okay.
You see Cyrus is also kind of looking about as he is seeming to pay attention to the environment as well.
I pay attention more than you, Cyrus. And I try to justify it all the time. Sometimes it gets really hard. I truly am happy that you're getting along with others. That's a huge improvement. I see myself and I think sometimes maybe I'm the one not helping enough.
Crap.
I'm sorry if I'm mad. All I know is my aggression, and it's the only thing I can express. I'm not ignoring any of you. I just don't express much more than that.
No. Just feel like I'm not doing it. And if someone else can be better, maybe I won't be needed anymore.
Oh. Oh shit, I'm not muted.
Cyrus, you can see Cyrus. Where are you looking exactly?
She's looking at the floor.
You can see Cyrus kind of kneel down to get at your eye level, as he attempts to make himself look smaller, and he waits for you to kind of lift your head to look at him, and he says, you're the only reason that I'm trying to change, and I'm trying to do for the better. Yes, they're helping, or she, Kalia, is helping me, but she's helping me because of you. I'm not good with my words, and I'm not trying to be. But the only reason I can even have a conversation like this is because of you. You're there for me more than you realize. And honestly, I can't stand listening to myself right now. As he stands up. Please don't be upset.
I hear the snipplies. You see, she had started crying. But then, she
You
seems
see him
like...
reach for his shirt and, claw into it and rip it and hand it to you as a tissue.
Oh. You see her kind of reach for it and take it, and you hear her go, "Didn't have to rip your shirt," and then she uses it as to cut out her eyes. I'll fix it after.
Cyrus kind of like shakes his head in like a no manner and kind of wraps his tail around your back and starts kind of pushing you. Not like more. Let me rephrase that. Starts coaxing you towards the rest of the group. But of course, if you resist, he's not gonna force you.
And she kind of moves a little bit, but then she does.
Stop.
Yeah, she does stop. Like she
Okay.
walked
The
a little
moment you
bit.
stop, he stops, and he looks at
Okay.
you.
And she puts like the little thing down, and she goes, "I'm always needed."
He nods at you.
Okay.
If anything, I'm the one who's least needed in this. And he kind of like looks back and the rest of the group and to you in this pack.
She shakes her head. I'd be dead if it weren't for you.
And I'd be killing if it weren't for you.
He hugs him.
You see him kind of hesitate and try his best to mimic you as he wraps his arms, and you feel a very reinforcing embrace around you. And then in a moment, let's go. But if you're still holding on to him, he does not pull away from you.
No, you see that she starts to let go. But like in turn, he takes your hand.
You do so. He does not grab, for it will hurt you, but he allows you to take his hand.
And then yeah, she goes to she starts moving towards the group now since he was trying to basically
lead her,
usher her to go. Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Are you guys done with your conversation?
I don't know. I just laid down an essay.
Yeah.
And I
As
don't
I tend to do.
I don't know as far as Koshka and Theo goes.
You guys can continue via messages. I need to catch up anyways.
Yeah, I think Koshka and Theo are going to continue via messages because that'll probably be shorter anyway.
Okay. Cool if Marsh and I do the talkie talks.
For sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick it off right after Miriam's little paragraph.
This is still like this is going off after like you guys are still going off during the conversation, so both Cyrus and Yuna are not there yet.
Okay. So, looking you up and down, recognizing your injuries. So then, you wouldn't be able to live up to your side of the deal, right?
I have no idea where he is.
Alright, then, it's only fair if you give me any information you had on that he had given you. After all, now I can't question him because you let him go.
Yeah, well, he didn't exactly make him seem like the smartest fellow, considering we waltzed in there when there was a group of guards and just let you guys to go. Wasn't expecting what happened. She just kind of sighs. All the information relates to his employers. He's a bounty hunter. His task was to come and find some high-value creatures, notably the unicorn and the phoenix. He made a hasty decision to try and capture them all at once instead of picking them off one by one. And proved to be his downfall.
Okay,
As a hunter, he uses materials from other magical creatures. He had vials of unicorn blood and other things that I recognized. Vial of scales, chunks of seemed like wings, maybe. Several colored vials of liquid. One seemed to have almost a claw in it.
Okay.
That's what he showed me in his...
Any other
bag
details
as
you
he
can
walked.
remember? Maybe names? Did he say any words specific?
Trust me, if he told me names, I'd be much more satisfied with what happened. He told me about where he got the information on the last time he met with the representatives of his employer. Beyond that, that's all I have, besides that the people he worked for are obviously very wealthy if they're paying sums of gold for such creatures. He was talking in the hundreds for many of them. And they're a pair of twins.
Okay. She sort of mumbles underneath your breath. Been a lot easier if you just let me take him. Probably would have had this entire situation already dealt with.
You've at least started down the rabbit hole. He's not even close to the top of the line.
Did he go in any particular direction, maybe? I don't know.
I assume he went away from the city. Seems foolish to come back in covered in char and...
Did you leave right away after he assaulted you?
Did I leave? No, I spent the evening in the woods.
Okay, then all his stuff is still there, right?
Probably not. I assume he took it. When I woke up, it was gone. So unless he moved it a short distance to come back for it, he took it.
Really hoping not to deal with this in the future. Okay. Thanks, Miriam.
I apologize.
Yeah, sure. With that, she sort of gives a heavy sigh and turns around to walk away, heading to buy some stupid fish jerky.
Alright. And with that, we end our session.